Greetings, true believers, and welcome to another magnificent episode of History of the Marvel Universe. The story of the Vision really begins with the story of the original Human Torch. Otherwise known as Jim Hammond, the so-called Human Torch was actually an android, an artificial human created by Professor Phineas Horton in 1939. The Torch had a full career as a crime fighter throughout the 1940s, even fighting alongside the likes of Captain America and the Submariner during World War II. However, in the early 1950s, the Human Torch disappeared. After absorbing the atomic fire from a nuclear explosion, the torch began to burn brighter and hotter than ever before. And so, fearing he would do irreparable damage to the world around him, the heroic android deactivated himself as he buried himself deep in the desert of the American Southwest. There he remained for years until the radiation dissipated and he was eventually found and recovered by the Mad Thinker, a villainous enemy of the Fantastic Four. The Thinker reactivated the Torch and manipulated him into battling his modern namesake, Johnny Storm. However, the original Torch's heroic nature burned through and he joined forces with the Fantastic Four against the Mad Thinker. But because of his betrayal, he was then struck down by the sentient computer Quasimodo, deactivating him once more while the Mad Thinker escaped. And this is where our story begins to be interfered with by the time-traveling mastermind known as Immortus. Following the Mad Thinker's defeat, the Fantastic Four decided to leave the Torch's body in the abandoned lab, their actions possibly being influenced in some way by Immortus's meddling. Then, in one of his many schemes to manipulate the time stream, Immortus used a powerful artifact known as the Forever Crystal to split the timeline while keeping the results of the split to coexist in a single universe, creating a chronal duplicate of the Human Torch. This effectively means that Immortus created an exact copy of the original Torch, but because this was done through temporal manipulation, both of them were real, sharing the same past but different futures. One of them was later used in one of the Mad Thinker's schemes and eventually was resurrected by the Scarlet Witch and the West Coast Avengers, while the other soon fell into the possession of Ultron 5, the living automaton. We discussed Ultron's origins in detail in the last video, but basically he was an artificial intelligence created by Hank Pym that went rogue and developed a mad obsession with destroying Pym and the Avengers. As a part of one of his earliest schemes against his father, Ultron decided to create a son of his own. To accomplish this, he hunted down the Mad Thinker and demanded he supply him with an android. In turn, the Thinker gave Ultron 5 the location of his previous lab, where the deactivated body of the Human Torch lay dormant. Ultron attempted to rebuild the Torch, but his synthetic flesh was far different from Ultron 5's more robotic body. In order to complete his scheme, Ultron abducted the now elderly inventor who originally created the Human Torch, Phineas Horton. Although reluctant, Horton was forced to help bring Ultron's vision to life. The Torch's face was altered, his powers changed, and his skin was dyed red as a twisted reference to his fiery past self. However, Horton betrayed Ultron by refusing to erase the Torch's memories. Horton paid for this betrayal with his life as Ultron struck him down, killing the old man. Then the artificial being that was once the Human Torch attacked the rogue robot, but with his unfamiliar new form and lacking his ability to flame on, he was defeated by Ultron. The Mad Machine then completely erased the Torch's mind, leaving him a blank slate, which he then reprogrammed using Wonder Man's brain patterns as a basis. To explain briefly, Wonder Man was a man named Simon Williams, who was given superpowers by Captain America's enemy Baron Zemo, as a part of a plan to infiltrate the Avengers and destroy them from within. Zemo kept Williams on a short leash, claiming the ionic rays that were used to give him his strength would prove fatal without regular treatment. Despite this, upon witnessing the depths of Zemo's villainy, Wonder Man sided with the Avengers in an act of defiance that seemingly cost him his life. While Simon Williams slipped into a catatonic state resembling death, Hank Pym made an electronic recording of his brain patterns so that something of the fallen hero might survive. And of course, these files came into the possession of Ultron 5 when he occupied Pym's lab. And thus, Ultron's son was born, possessing the body of the original Human Torch, the brain engrams of Wonder Man, but the memories and powers of neither. Instead, this new being had complete control over his own molecular density, allowing him to lower it enough to fly and pass through solid objects, as well as increase it enough to become virtually invulnerable. Ultron's creation was sent to menace the Avengers, where he first received the name Vision from a startled Janet Van Dyne, aka the Wasp. The Vision was unknowingly programmed to fail in his assault and lead the Avengers back to Ultron's base, where his master could destroy them. However, the Vision was impressed by the Avengers' heroism and sided with them against Ultron. And so, after helping them defeat and destroy Ultron 5, the Vision was welcomed into the ranks of the Avengers. Here he was forced to face who and what he was. More than a robot, but perhaps not quite human. A synthezoid whose body mimicked that of a human, but was constructed from synthetic parts. However, despite his cold voice and seeming lack of emotion, when the Vision was treated with respect and dignity, when he was regarded as an equal and welcomed into the Avengers, he stepped away for a moment to shed a tear, demonstrating the humanity that existed within his synthetic form. And that is the origin of the Vision. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe for more marvelous content. Be sure to leave a comment letting me know what Marvel hero or villain you want to hear about next, and as always, the issues referenced in this video are listed in the description below, as well as links to other places you can find me. So until next time, true believers, Excelsior!